Whiskey. Hope it's off. It's off.
It's dead. What's the?
I feel a little nervous, Mikey.
I did. Now I feel good.
Okay, well then I don't feel nervous anymore either. Pot of Gold, welcome back. I'm Brett. I'm here with Mike. Grant, the intern, running the boards behind there. Jonah, we got audio, we got visual, so many things going on in the new studio.
Shout out to Palette.
Yeah,
Shout out to Palette North Shore. Awesome studio, brought to you by Lettuce Media. Big shout out to Jonah, good friend of the program, friend in life, actually noted as the last new best friend. I think that's a real saying. Have you ever
everyone carpooled in together, I guess.
No.
Jonah
did not carpool in today. Did not carpool in today. But you ever have that sense of like, we're too old to make new friends?
Yeah, I don't have any new
We
friends.
can't have new friends. It's very difficult to do. You can be cordial, etc. It's tough to make friends in your 30s. I made friends with Jonah in our 30s. So it's like the last new friend type of thing. And I think Drake made a song right after that discovery. So we influenced that. Anyway, shout out to Jonah. Lettuce Media. What's crazy is first best friend, 3 years old, Jonah. Did you know that? This guy right
early
here,
preschool.
first and last, and in between.
And Grant's here also, ladies and gentlemen.
Lettuce Media, thank you.
What a fun week we got ahead. It's already Thursday. You know, some people on the Twitter's verse were complaining a little bit. We need a Ryder Cup. We need a LSU Ole Miss pod.
Who's asking for Ryder Cups? You were.
Not me.
Yeah, you want to talk Ryder Cup?
No, our boy Sam. I bet Sam's going to be in the chat here any minute now.
I do like looking at this TV now.
Yeah, I don't know that. I mean, are we just going to live in the void here? All right. Anyway,
no, we're not living in the void. Let's talk some ball. We got the excitement of the studio out the way. We have been working on video for some time, and we just couldn't hack it. We couldn't hack it. We're
phone apps.
We're figuring some stuff out. But like I said, shout out to our boy Jonah for hooking us up here at the Lettuce Media Studio, brought to you by Palette North Shore. But Southeastern gets a little ass kicking. Are we talking Southeastern? Or are we just diving right into Ole Miss?
Quickly. The offensive line's fixed. The offense is back, and we're good.
Brian, when BK was like, there's nothing wrong with Weston Davis, his job is not up for grabs or it's not in danger. Man, when he was saying that in my opinion is what scared me a little bit. Like when he doesn't,
it's the vote of confidence thing. I mean, it started in preseason where it was, guys, I've been around a lot of offensive lines. Yeah. This is one of them.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, I guess we just had like the best, highest drafted offensive lineman. You know, it's like, I don't know. It's interesting. The offense, I think, obviously.
This is when the camera needs to be on Brett.
The offense obviously woke up a little bit against an inferior opponent. No, I like having this up here.
I'm just saying, if we're going to direct some multiple camera angles.
No, I know.
But were you sharing your screen, what that was, or no?
That was only being shared to y'all.
Okay.
Yeah, so,
okay.
Yeah. The camera was on this. Yeah. That whole time.
Got it.
All right.
Got it.
We got
But you can see.
Yeah.
Understood. Let's get in on Brett too.
Right.
Yeah. Give me some FaceTime.
There it is.
This is where that side monitor would be helpful.
You got to fix the hair. The hair's fine, coming out the hat.
Don't worry about that. I'm irrationally confident we're going to rattle Trinidad Chambliss.
We'll get there.
Let's talk about Trinidad soon.
Yeah, I'm ready whenever you are. I don't care. You said it the second I walked in. It feels like the Southeastern game was like 3 weeks ago at this point.
Yeah, I've got my notes written down here, and I'm like looking through it just because I like after the game, I rewatch it, I make notes because I want it to be pertinent to our conversation later in the week. But then I, update it throughout the week. Dabo Sweeney's craziness, Miami, permanent opponents, Mateer's out.
That's true. I forgot
about the
stuff like
that,
so
right? We only do this once a week, and so much shit happens. But looking back at some of the player notes, I'm like, this is Southeastern. Like, I am so past this now.
Yeah,
I'm ready for Ole Miss, but I think there is some areas that we can discuss from it. You brought up Weston Davis again. Weston Davis is really tough to watch right now. Like the Matador, the Olays, and when
looking backwards,
Brian Kelly was talking about. No, we're just armchair quarterback.
I'm muted.
No, I know you are. You're good.
You're great.
Dude, you're doing a great job.
You guys are crushing.
You're doing a great job.
Maybe open a text group or something.
So when he talks,
we're gonna have a fun night.
No, but how about how Brian Kelly was saying like that specific type of technique that Weston Davis was doing was like, we teach that. That's called a blah, blah, blah block. And then we have the quarterback move out of the pocket. It's like, no, that's something you're coaching as a result of him not being able to block.
Yeah.
You know, like I'm glad we know how to like talk our way out of a description of what the block is, but the block is occurring because the dude sucks right now.
Well, I mean, real quick, pull up the tab again with the stats, because I just want to see the rushing stats real quick. The next one. Yeah, look at that. I mean,
I
don't
knew
know.
the second Van Buren went in the game, you were going to have people like, it looks so much better already. Don't do it.
The easiest, no, I agree with you, because the easiest take in the world is to say this offense just runs better with an athletic mobile quarterback.
And of course it does. That's true. The offense runs better. Not what we saw from Michael Van Buren and that team versus what Nuss can bring to the table. But objectively, I think it's a fact that this offense that we're running would be more efficient and more effective with the lack of push from the offensive line with a mobile quarterback. That doesn't mean that by any stretch it's better with Van Buren than it is with Nuss.
All I'll say about the Van Buren thing is it changed my opinion, and I still, if something happens to Nussmeier, this team's goals are pretty quickly out of reach. But this showed me that if Nussmeier has to miss a second half of a game or goes down, like, we're not completely fucked. Like, this dude at least showed that, like, he's going to be able, it's not going to be like when we put the transfer from like Vandy or whatever in last year. You know who I'm talking about.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it was just as soon as he like airmailed that ball.
He's for Appalachian State now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's his name? Andy Bertier?
Andy Bernard?
No, not Andy Bertier. That's a blast from the past. No.
But the second that dude stepped on the field and threw like a ball in the end zone that was 30 feet too high, I was like, oh, we're fucked. And I don't think that that's necessarily the case. And I was a little concerned because, you know, listening to people like Moscona and stuff who were like, I don't know that Van Buren's ready. And not against him again. It was against Southeastern. But it was one of those things I was like, oh, we could survive a couple series or even a quarter or something and be able to sneak out of a game and not be totally screwed.
He did a very good job. But
Swan.
AJ Swan.
Andrew Jackson Swan. Yes, AJ. I did like the effort that we saw from the offense when Van Buren went in the game. Like, there was no step back, we're going to relax.
Sorry, I just have to laugh. My mom just texted me, where are you guys recording from? Mom, I'm a little busy.
New studio.
Shout them out again.
New studio. Lettuce Media Studio at Pallet North Shore. Shout out to Jonah.
It got me. It got me. I couldn't hold it in.
No, Kyle Parker is where I was going with that. The Kyle Parker physicality, when he gets his reps, he's making the most of them, right?
Him and Jelani Watkins seem like there could be a nice little foundation for a future wide receivers group.
Yeah, I like that. I like how obviously there's going to be an exodus of receivers next season. Kyle Parker is the next guy, and he's showing that he should be playing right now as well. Like, I deserve my reps, not just as a blocker, but with the ball in my hand. That extra effort touchdown was a thing of beauty. It was refreshing to see, even late in the game against Southeastern. Aaron Anderson having the dropsies was a little annoying. And I think Barron Brown had a drop as well. Like, the guys,
and they were like back to back.
Yeah.
I feel like they were real close together.
And we were beating up on Nuss early. What's with us forcing, like, we know about Nuss's wheels or lack of. We don't need to keep proving it against Southeastern or in the spring game. Like, where we
have a knee issue, our tummy is a little messed up.
Like, all we keep talking
let's
about,
get the extra yards.
Right. We've got tummy pains. Now we're going to run them on 4th and short.
And
that's fine. It's effective. It's good. I just was making note that the narrative going into this game was about Nuss's health.
Yeah.
And we come out just pounding them.
And I will say that I think it showed, and again, it's Southeastern, but he had more zip on the ball. Like, it wasn't as tentative back foot all night type of thing. Like, I think Brian Kelly's telling the truth that, like, he is kind of on the other side of that injury. And it's kind of like, I don't know, it's kind of driving me crazy that, like, half the people are saying it's like this massive injury, and then half the people are like, that has nothing to do with it. And it's like, it's in the middle. Like, there's definitely something to do with it.
There. The kid's not the same right now. but
But we're getting there.
He's getting there.
Go to Oxford, come out alive. You got a break.
Has Brian Kelly just kind of held back a little bit? You know what I mean? Like in terms of letting the offense go and saving it up for a game like this.
My problem with that is that the Florida game was like legitimately in doubt.
It's not a saving, but I think it's certainly
like creativity wise.
No, I think
because we have seen him do that over the last few years, like getting to Alabama. Oh wow, we saw some wrinkles against.
Do you remember when Jaden Daniels was first starting, and it's like, when is he ever going to throw it down the field?
Yes.
Like, when are we ever going to just let it rip?
You got to throw a pick sometimes,
right? And like he was kind of like waiting for the moments to call those type of plays to get him into that moment where he could do it. And I believe it was against Florida, and I think it was. I'll always remember that one play where Jaden just let it rip, and we're like, whoa. He can do it. Yeah. He can throw the deep ball. And Brian Kelly came out and said, I know everyone's been frustrated waiting for this, but like there's a certain way you need to coach this up and not risk killing his confidence early. We did it. He needed to trust himself. And then after that moment, like he became Jaden Daniels.
But it also is like the inverse of that, because last year Nuss was ripping it all over the field, and now we're throwing nothing. I don't know.
And so that's what makes me have hope in the future of this is that, okay, so if we going backwards in his development means we're going to resort back to what he's comfortable with, and that's just letting it rip. And if we have interceptions, we have interceptions.
The run game's still a problem.
Run game is an awful problem, and it's made even worse with Caden Durham being out this week.
And so you mix it with
which I do have a counterpoint to that.
Not out yet.
That's fine. But if he is officially out,
that's fine.
You have an opportunity to run the shit out of Xavier Thomas. I think going back to those
over under 10 carries
for Xavier under 10's high.
Johnson's gonna be the bell cow. I think
you can set it at 4.
Yeah.
And I would take the over
in 5 or 6.
5. Yeah. And I'd bank on that. If we want to be effective in the running game and you don't have Caden Durham, you have an opportunity to go back to what worked against Clemson, right? And the running attack was most effective when we saw Juwan Johnson and we saw Xavier Thomas really, just hit it, right? We're not trying to read anything or make cutbacks. We're going. And so I think you have an opportunity to do that this week against a awful defensive line. Yeah. Awful.
And that's the thing. I mean, it's easy for me, and it's just really easy to say, well, you've gone up against some really good defensive lines and defenses. This is one that you can't say that. Like, it's kind of the same with the offense. Like, you have to assume Ole Miss. I hope. I mean, I would sign whatever you want if you say we're only going to give up 10 points like we have the entire season.
I don't
think that's happening. And I think this offense obviously has the ability to score more points. I don't know. It's just going to be a really interesting game to see. I'm very interested to watch how the defense looks, and it's like not taking anything away because you played Lagway, Klubnik, but it's like this is like an explosive offense that we've seen, and it's like you're going to have to make some plays.
Quarterback.
Yeah, and so that on top of like there's no excuses for the offense anymore. I can't be like, well, Mel Kiper has 3 of those guys as first-round picks. It's like there's none of that anymore. It's just kind of like go out there and prove it.
This game comes down to just strictly you're getting your best shot. This is an SEC rivalry game, something that goes back for many years, and then at the same time has evolved into a Lane Kiffin university, right? Where it's like you've got an established coach there for a long time. His offensive identity never changes.
You think he'd go to Florida after this year?
I did before I realized how bad this mess at Florida is about to be. I don't know if I think he waits out Bama.
That's what I was going to say. If DeBoer gets it rolling, then I could see it like that. But if like DeBoer's seat's super hot, even if it's an extra year, I think Lane puts it in neutral, runs it back.
Because you look at 2 blue bloods, one's a true blue blood. Florida, obviously in that range of elite universities, great jobs, whatever. Can be an elite program if you have the correct coach.
Yeah. I've been terrified.
But the rebuild is so much easier at Alabama for Lane Kiffin than it would be starting from scratch after. I mean, look at the schedule. They're not winning many more games at all.
I did see ESPN like stats and info put out that they were as likely to go 1-11 as they were to be bowl eligible this year.
Does Kiffin go to Clemson?
I don't think you leave the SEC.
Yeah, very true. But is Clemson going to be looked at as this? Well, they won multiple national championships in the past 10 years.
I see you going and getting like the
winning not good enough. Is that not good enough?
No, it's 7 out of 10 ACC championships. Bad?
Yeah,
I don't know. You tell me. Tyler from Spartanboro.
Yeah, he was not happy.
No, I think Clemson is the spot where you go get a Dillingham type guy or something like that. One of those like younger up and comer guys. I would be very surprised to see someone like Lane leave the SEC and go to Clemson.
True.
What if he goes to the latest open seat?
Oklahoma State? That'd
Oklahoma
be a bad
State.
move.
How about that?
Isn't that wild that he was the guy that replaced Les Miles? That's how long he's been at Oklahoma State.
You know what I didn't realize till this week? He was Les Miles' offensive coordinator.
Yeah.
Over there.
Yeah, that's wild. It's probably more wild for
I think he was
teams.
from the Leach tree, if I remember correctly.
Could have been.
That's a long tenure at a place that didn't like.
No, he put Oklahoma State on the map.
Was he there longer than? No, this is a big topic.
Okay,
he's been in our. He's a generation, not a generational coach, but in our generation, he's been
a staple.
He's been a staple.
Yes, he just hasn't won.
What's his name? Beamer. How long was he at Virginia Tech? It's almost like a similar.
Probably longer, but yeah, I know what you're saying.
No, he's got to get much older to have that type of reputation.
Yeah, that's the thing though. But to be able to keep his job and not literally, he missed a national championship once.
Yeah, I wonder if we just never see Gundy again. If he's just going to go fishing and listen to OAN on podcast and just call it a life.
He's going to be gone for a minute and he's going to come back.
Can't quit it.
Can't quit.
They can't quit it.
Absolutely not.
Football guy.
Speaking of some injuries.
Yeah.
Relaford out this game. Any other season, I would be pissed.
Yeah.
But Jamari Butler looks good. He looks like somebody. Obviously, you've got Pyburn and Peyton. You've got Butler in there.
You're able to take some of these blows and be serviceable. Fine. There's not going to be this massive drop off. Obviously, I'd rather Relaford be out there. But yeah, I agree with you.
So
just a few more snaps for Peyton, a few more snaps for Butler. Like, just kind of.
Trey'Dez is back.
West Weeks.
Probable.
Back.
Trey'Dez and him are both probable. They've been saying that they're practicing. They look fine. Right? You got something else?
I was just saying that's a whole lot of meat coming back between those two guys.
A slab. Multiple slabs.
All right. Speaking of weeks.
What?
Little Weeks Kiffin action.
Oh, for sure. For sure. Yeah, the hard launch stuff, bet the over. I tell you what, I know that's Lane's thing, but if Brian Kelly was shooting off tweets during this week when the number 4 team in the country is coming in, we're talking about my daughter dating the linebacker, there's just something there that makes me feel like Lane knows this is going to be tough for him to win.
Yeah. And he also in the press conference, I think, said that this was like the most talented LSU team he's ever played.
Yeah, and most expensive. Yeah,
I'm telling you, I love
because he tried really hard. I believe it was for AJ Halsey.
Yeah.
And he was like,
he's the most expensive guy. Yeah. So I took Sage Ryan.
Yeah, exactly. Sage was like, please get me out of here.
They saw what I did with an expensive roster last year and they said, no, thank you.
So all right. Last observation, I'll say from the Southeastern game, and then we'll completely move on from that, and I'll stop looking down.
That's all we're going to talk about. Weeks smashing Kiffin's daughter.
You're right.
I swear I saw.
Let's stay on that.
Look at her.
I saw this picture like 2 weeks ago, and I thought the internet got me because I didn't see like anything else about it. And then 2 weeks later, it rolls around and like everyone's talking about it. I'm like, did I make this up in my head? Like, what happened here?
Good for him. You couldn't have picked a better guy.
I mean, if you're Lane Kiffin, I feel like you're like, yeah, I'd rather Whit Weeks than like some frat bro or like somebody. Like, I don't know. whatever. It's obvious like Kiffin's known about this for longer. It's not like he found out with us.
I know.
And so it's like I think there's some like Lane documentary coming out.
Yeah,
like,
she convinced him to stay.
Yeah, so it's like
because she didn't want to leave Witt.
Whatever. Again, it's one of those
Witt
things.
kept Lane here.
If we win, we never hear about it again. If we lose, everybody points, Kiffin wins again. That
is a good point that like the preview or the trailer to that documentary he was talking about them basically talking him out of the decision.
Yeah.
And so it's like, so he was probably going to take the Auburn job. So to your point, maybe the Florida gig would be something. I don't want to go off the rails and just talk about Lane Kiffin here. He gets in our heads.
Yeah.
He gets in our heads because of his success at other places, because of his Bama OC success. We always are worried about this game because the Lane factor. And
get your popcorn
ready. He gives you his best shot. But most of the time, he falls short.
Yeah.
Most of the time. And so I think like history has shown us, yes, he's got a great offense coming into this game. Yes, we are going to give up touchdowns. There's no doubt about it. The mobile quarterback factor, I feel, is the difference from me just being so confident and being like, hey, this defense shut down Lagway, shut down Clemson. And I get it. They've looked terrible since, but I'm not discounting the fact that was a hard-fought game.
It's also harder to beat a team when they don't know they suck yet.
Yeah,
like, I think that's a real thing.
And I think this has been trending away for a certain way for Clemson. Yeah, they got the playoff appearance.
And we talked about it preseason. It's like they're kind of getting this love for not doing anything.
No reason. Best team ever for no reason. They lose first game. And I think that just killed their confidence of like, hey, maybe we do need to start believing that we suck.
If they beat LSU, do you think that they still lose to Georgia Tech and Syracuse?
Not Syracuse.
Like maybe one of them.
I think maybe Georgia Tech's a battle because it always is between those two. But I think the wheels have completely fallen.
I agree.
Off. And I think we were part of that. And I think for Florida, we got their last ditch effort.
Yeah.
And I think they're about to spiral.
And now, look, again, I said
not saying they're great. No, I'm saying those quarterbacks are experienced and we shut them down. Chambliss is not that experienced when it comes to the SEC type of play that he's about to face. But look at the plays, the rare plays this season that we've looked bad on. It's when Cole Klubnik was scrambling out of the pocket.
Cade.
Or what did I say, Cole?
Yeah.
Cade Klubnik, not Cole Kubiak.
Yeah.
Was sneaking out the pocket and using his legs.
The thing I'll say about Florida, and it's obvious Billy's going to be fired. Like that team still didn't quit. Like they gave Miami a good fight, and then the defense finally just like broke when they couldn't do anything on offense. It's like I honestly have more respect for Billy. It's same thing with the end of the season last year where that thing could have gone so sideways. And again, this team kind of knows they're going to lose. They I'm sure it's frustrating, and they still really haven't like given up on Billy and that team. Like they still play hard. So I don't know. It's like I don't like Florida. Obviously, Billy's going to be fired, but it's like I have more respect for it than I thought I would.
Going back to the point we were making before we went there was Lane Kiffin in this offense, right? It's going to be a different type of offense that we're used to seeing so far this season.
Yeah.
Do I trust Blake Baker to game plan for this appropriately? Absolutely. Is Lane Kiffin going to counter with exposing something that we've never seen before this season? I think if anyone is going to shed light on any weakness of this defense, it'll start with Lane Kiffin.
Yeah.
So it will happen this Saturday, but we are going to adjust.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's not just going to be like a floodgates open and we can't figure it out. Like we just can't stop this number one receiver and he's killing us. Like that's not going to happen. It's going to be Chambliss's legs. If we can contain that, if we can come up with a good plan to make sure he's contained with Harold Perkins, with Whit Weeks, like we have dudes that can spy that position. Now, can our offense take advantage of a piss poor defense? And when I mean piss poor, that defensive line is really weak. This is the game you have to figure out if you can nut up and run the ball or not. Not Southeastern, not La Tech, like all eyes on you in Oxford, SEC game. The defense is going to need your help at some point. Can you establish the run? Can you dictate the clock? Can you make sure that your defense is well rested and ready to be prepared for this offensive attack? This is a huge game for the offensive line, and it's scary because it's been the point of weakness so far this season. At some point, it needs to turn around. Let's turn it around against a shitty defensive line, and let's get some action going on. I think this is a game that's going to come down to limiting the mistakes. I do think we give up anywhere between 20 and 24 points. And I think we're going to have to see Nuss in this offense put up at least,
28, 24 type game, 30, 28.
Yeah, that's the range we need to get in. We need the field position. We need to make the field goals.
Yeah.
Right. We need to take advantage of it when we can.
We have to be good on third down.
But if he has time, Nuss can carve this defense up. He's
Completely
going against
agree.
Sage Ryan.
Yeah, I know.
We've seen Nuss all of a sudden be an absolute dude at times. Ole Miss is a perfect example. Last season started off kind of rocky, and then all of a sudden he turned into an absolute different guy in that second half, taking us into fourth quarter. Out for the season. No. Brian Kelly announced that defensive end Gabriel Relaford is out for the season with a torn rotator cuff. That is
sucks.
different.
I thought he would be back in 2 or 3 weeks. Yeah. That hurts.
Damn.
Well, again, I mean,
depth.
Good thing you went into the portal and got as many guys as you did and all that.
Time for Pyburn and Peyton to really hold it down.
Carpenter.
Yeah, Carpenter's getting out there, getting some action.
No, I'm very curious to see if Lane is going to be able to scheme Harold Perkins out of the game in any way. It's like going into
that's going to be the plan.
Yeah, I get it, but it's like, it's dumb. But like the Cover 3 podcast, like when they were talking about the Clemson game, it was like my buddy who's a coordinator called me and told me that I would just stretch this and make him have to be on, all this stuff. And I'm like, if someone's going to do that, Lane's going to probably be the one to figure it out. Like, what's our counter to that? And again, it's like for the first time in a while, I'm excited to watch the defense. I'm not going into this week saying like, oh my God, like every time they touch the ball, they might score. It's like now I know that we're going to be in a battle all night, like offense versus defense during the day. Shout out Lane, not at night. But I don't know. It's just like I'm finally excited to watch the defense again. It's like when we were in school
both sides
and everything,
of the ball, you have something to pay attention.
It was like, and I mean, the offense was a little, but it's like every time the defense, you're like, yeah, what are we gonna do here? Like, what's Matthew gonna do? What's this? And it's like
every time the ball went up, you thought there could be a pick.
I finally feel like, and it has a lot to do with the secondary, with like Halsey jumping balls, Pickett. Like it's just it's fun to watch. So I'm really interested to see that. But yeah, it's like you got to be able to run the ball. We can't go like 4 of 18 on third down.
Yeah, and I think Xavier Thomas is going to have to play a big role in that, especially like I said, if Caden Durham is limited with an injury. And I think the lead blocking of Caleb Jackson is something that we've seen work.
Yeah.
We need to do more of anything that has worked to this point. This is what we need to do. But again, if the offensive line can hold up and Nuss has time to carve up this defense, he will be able to do that. It makes it much easier if we can run the football and establish the line of scrimmage, milk that clock, make sure our defense has enough time to make the adjustments, to understand the adjustments and execute. I think the other biggest thing here is, let's say you do scheme Harold Perkins out of this somehow, right? I am so confident in our safeties now.
I agree.
Like how crazy it is to think now we don't have the Sage Ryan problem. We don't have Major Burns. We don't have Gilbert, who good for him for sticking it out, because when he does play, he's playing with his hair on fire. Really appreciate that. And you have Spears developing. But with AJ Halsey and Tamarcus Cooley, the way that they can tackle, I'm not worried about Perkins somehow being schemed out of it, because if you make it past that line of scrimmage, you still have to face 13-0.
No, I think that's a great point. I was listening to McShay's podcast, which I don't know if you're listening to the McShay pod. It is good.
To a lot.
They do a good little like post game, like Saturday night type thing. And
you watch the film guy that breaks down film, the dude with the glasses.
I see his clips on Twitter. I haven't watched his YouTube stuff, but I catch it on Twitter.
Are you talking about your guy?
Who's my guy?
Who was the guy we watched last week?
No, not
Carter.
CP.
Not Carter.
No, not the power.
Not the power. Got to pay respects to the power.
Okay.
But it's another guy, and he was like LSU versus Ole Miss breakdown, and it was just all Ole Miss. But just dude's like, I don't know, there's something about the little cocky swagger as he walks up to the film board. It kind of got me tilted.
Was he a locked on guy?
I don't know.
Moscona had a dual
I have seen
locked
what you're
on
talking
Ole
about.
Miss guy on his show today.
No.
And he basically was like, yeah, LSU played Clemson.
Right.
You know, they're trash now. They played
Right.
Florida. They're trash now. Like what all,
I don't think it's that guy.
Okay.
So
he didn't say trash, but
where I was going is McShay, they do like a Wednesday pod or something of like, what did the tape tell us? Whatever. And the guy that's with McShay said that he like went back and wanted to watch all the games that LSU had problems with the running quarterback and everything. And he said, I went into it expecting to just see like these huge problems. And he goes, honestly, they just couldn't tackle.
Yeah.
And he's like, they were in spots to be able to like stop a lot of these quarterback runs and like make these massive plays, short gains, and they just like couldn't make the tackle. And I feel so much more confident with Cooley downhill and Halsey. It's like, so it was nice to hear someone kind of validate a little bit. Like, I do agree with you. Like, it's not gonna be a massive problem for us.
It's not going to be a huge problem. And I do think it's going to be a competitive game. We're going to see them score some points. But what I'm excited to see is how we counter.
Yeah.
You laughing at the shades?
Yeah. PFT in studio.
We had at some point, now that we have cameras, someone in a podcast has to wear glasses.
I know. Mine are in the car. All right, give me 4 minutes.
I will say this. The hoodie was probably a bad choice for South Louisiana.
It's getting a little warm.
Well, I do still have a little bit of a sunburn from my trip to the beach last week. And I'm getting a little hot. I can't see right now because I'm fogged up. But it does feel good to wear the glasses.
I mean, it does look good. I know I don't have it on there anymore, but
thanks, man. Appreciate that.
The screen was mirroring, so we fixed it.
Oh, it's something happened?
Nothing.
You guys are doing such a good job back there. We have no clue what's
nothing
going on.
happened.
I forgot you guys were here.
Yeah.
No, nothing happened. I just was tired of seeing the
So
Infinity.
It's still switching. You're just
I'm switching
else on our screen.
I'm watching the switching. I'm watching.
We'll cut all this
restream.
out, guys.
No, we won't.
But what Joe and I were saying, just to interject a little bit.
Are we talking tech or are we talking football?
Yeah, we're gonna get another little monitor.
We can save that. We can save this talk.
Just letting you know before I forget.
People don't like hearing this.
Yeah.
I saw it. I read it.
Keep that in your notes.
I read it.
Speaking of, I have my notes from last
People don't like when we do business on air.
They were like, they just sit there and talk about their camera issues the whole time.
That's not true.
I saw that. I know it's one time that happened. That's why they don't like the show.
We go for like
audio.
2 hours straight.
I know.
No ads. I don't tell you to like. I don't tell you to
spoiled brats. They're spoiled brats, just like Michael Cobb.
I forgot to record.
That's fine. We got the live chat in
He's
there.
kidding, right? He's kidding. Just like I thought you were kidding, but then when you didn't execute my trade proposal in fantasy,
I did
later that evening.
If people don't like us talking cameras, they're definitely not going to like us talking
when
fantasy.
You texted me back the emoji of a down.
Well, of course.
But the effort it took to do that could have been just like, whoop, bop, accepted.
Is it a problem that I have all the say so for any trades?
Yeah, commissioner over here has to approve these trades.
We do need to change it to a vote.
An unbiased person that's not part of it.
No. It should go to a vote of the 10.
I think
members.
for anything that's like even questionable, it goes to a vote. If it's something that like you would think everyone would agree is pretty reasonable, then I'm fine with pushing it through. I hate fantasy. I don't play fantasy, so I'm not the person to ask.
Jamison Williams, wide receiver for the Lions, for Javonte Williams, running back for the Cowboys. What's the problem?
I don't watch the NFL.
See, it's nothing crazy.
If you would have asked me who the starting running back for the Cowboys was, I would not have been able to tell you.
I think that's his name.
Is Ezekiel Elliott? No, I'm kidding.
Oh, he's done.
Where's Javonte from? What's his story?
I don't know.
I don't even know that trade.
I don't
know that guy.
No,
is he Jameis's brother?
I looked at everybody's bench and I just went for any running backs. And the only person that was willing to do it was Team Chris and Miller. So shout out to them.
So even
no
extra,
bias,
even
no
extra collusion.
The collusion.
I asked everybody. I have no running back.
Let's get back on track.
The collusion was that he could have traded with his sister, who had really good running backs.
My sister is asking me to help her because she doesn't know what
she's undefeated.
Doing, and she's undefeated. She just did the auto draft. And so I could have easily taken Devon Achane, Bijan Robinson. I could have taken any of those.
But you're
guys.
a man of honor.
I was a man of honor. I traded for Javonte Williams from Dallas. So just relax, people. Back to business.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, there's obviously a ton of games and Ryder Cup and stuff going on this weekend.
I think let's still do.
Yeah, I agree.
We're on Ole Miss.
I agree,
because we've talked about how I do believe that we're going to win this game, and I bet on it. Yeah, they gave me plus odds money line on FanDuel. Outright winners, I'll take that bet, right? And if we lose, we lose. But it's not a point spread. It's an outright plus odds. We got it, locked it down. Scares the shit out of me that that's what the line looks like, because it makes me feel like this is going to come down to it, right? And the reason I'm picking us to win is because I feel like it shouldn't just come down to it. It should be a 6-7 point spread, in my opinion, for us to win. I think it probably comes down to like a 27, 21, 24, 21 type of game, close game. I think this offense, if they can do it, this is not a question of if Ole Miss's defense can slow down LSU's offense. Like if Ole Miss's defense can figure it out, that's not the question. It's if LSU's offense can figure it out and get in a rhythm, then they will win this football game, because I am confident our defense will absolutely hold Ole Miss's offense for how explosive they may be.
It's not going to be this 42-something game.
They're not going to just run it up and start a boat race where we have to play catch up to a 40-point game. But we're going to be in a position where we should win this game, and it's up to us to make the play, to trade as Green in the red zone.
Bauer Sharp,
not fumbling if he gets popped by a linebacker. And for us to actually
figuring out if Chris Hilton can catch a ball.
I'm almost out.
I know, I'm with you.
He needs his opportunities. I agree. He needs his opportunities, but my goodness, man.
He's good at getting penalties, though.
You've got Parker out there busting his ass. He's caught the football. I know he had some dropsies that we're worried about. Everyone's had their fair share of drops. I want Kyle Parker to see the field a little bit more. I think Chris Hilton should get his opportunities, but the minute him and Anderson, right? I think Nick Anderson, we're feeding him a lot, and he's got drops, right? If him and Hilton, we need those bodies. We need that size, and we need Hilton's speed. If they continue to not perform at the level of Aaron Anderson and Barry Brown, I think it's time you start ushering in Kyle Parker and giving him a shot. And I think this is the game you're going to see that leash get tighter and tighter.
I agree. My problem, and look, I'm going to be bad. I'm going to be on LSU
here
when Saturday comes around. Let's not get carried away.
No, this is the game you've always been worried about.
But
and every year you're worried about it because it's Lane Kiffin and it's Ole Miss.
But like going into this season,
it's tough.
This was a game that I thought on the road, it's like you lost last year. It's just one of those that's like it's going to be a tough spot. And Ole Miss is just about exactly who I thought they were. Their defense wasn't going to be good. They were going to be able to score points. And LSU, it's like, sure, maybe their defense is a little better than even I thought it was going to be, but this offense is way worse than I thought it was going to be.
Way worse.
So it's hard for me to like just blind, and like we can say blindly, I will blindly do it and bet and think that LSU is going to win. But like the thing I like the most is that all these national podcasts and everyone's just like, Ole Miss.
Let me ask you this.
No
Hold
doubt.
on. Let me ask you this because I'll forget this. Hold on. So what if we beat Ole Miss and it's a tight game, 27-24 victory LSU? We pull it off. And then Ole Miss starts spiraling, right?
They suck, Mike.
Do they suck? And at what point in the year do we say, I think we can keep doing this and we're actually a legit team?
No, I think this is that question.
I think this week is that week where we put it all together and we need to determine what we are truly made of. Because we are not going to be in a situation where we're willing to lose to Ole Miss just to say, well, we weren't really ready for Nuss to really gel with throwing it deep, et cetera. It's like, no.
There's a no excuses Saturday.
Now is the time. It wasn't against Southeastern, right? This problem started occurring early, but the Florida game really emphasized it. So now you've had multiple weeks to figure out who are you and what are you going to do on offense? And I think this is the game where you need to see it. The media and in Vegas, they don't believe it's going to happen. That's why the line is so tight.
Yeah.
If they believed that this is the offense that we saw against Clemson and how effective they were against that defense, this would be a no doubt LSU is coming in as the favored team. Right now, it's a coin toss because no one believes that LSU is actually going to be effective on offense. This is when you need to let it out. So to your point, Grant, when you talk about, are they holding something back? Well, if they are, this is the time where it has to be let go.
That excuse
or you are
done.
negligent moving forward.
Yes, that excuse is as out the window, good or bad, Saturday at 7 p.m.
Yeah, 100% agree. The point I was about to make is so has Ole Miss played anybody? People like the national media are saying like,
Arkansas.
oh, the Clemson game is like not really anything anymore. Florida, whatever. But it's like, has Ole Miss actually been tested with Kentucky, Arkansas, and Tulane? Like, I mean, I think it's pretty comparable.
Yeah.
In terms of who we've played.
Well, you just look at the stats, and that's what people are looking at, right?
Right.
Well, they played those teams, but they scored this amount of points.
They gave up a ton of points.
Yeah, but no one's watching these games.
Yes.
Right. Like they watched the Tulane game and they saw Chambliss throw it all over Tulane. But as a whole, we are determining our fate against Ole Miss or predicting it based on how many touchdowns they've scored against these teams. Period. We know the defense sucks. We know that the offense can score points. We know it's a Lane Kiffin offense, and we saw Chambliss run the ball effectively, which won him the job essentially over Simmons because of his effective ability with his legs. Not that Simmons can't run, but there is certainly another dynamic that Chambliss introduces, and he can throw the ball very effectively. So that is where that's coming from. And I agree with you, Grant, that they haven't played anybody, but I'm not going to discount that this is, again, a known enemy. We know what Lane Kiffin brings to the table. We know they're going to be prepared offensively. We know they're going to score touchdowns. So we have to be able to counter that with our own.
Yeah, I think it's
Trinidad.
I think it's interesting that everyone is just like blind faith. Like, I saw this D2 guy play against Tulane. Fuck, he's a problem. It's like, maybe.
Yeah.
Okay. If this dude comes in and, goes and torches up Halsey and Delane and all these guys, then like hand up. I'll say like this dude's a problem.
We should have put money on the Heisman if he torches us.
I'm not ready to just like be, I'm shaking in my boots for this guy. He can prove me wrong. It's just like I'm holding until I see it against our defense.
This is not the defense of old, where we make a D2 transfer look like a Heisman contender. We've been used to that.
This is the type of game where he gets shell shocked.
I completely agree.
That's what should happen.
Yes.
Yeah. If our defense plays,
doesn't mean we still win because of that. I'm just saying, like, this is the game where he's just like, fucking, who is this?
Can we scheme him and have him seeing some ghosts like we had?
He has not played against Harold Perkins.
No, he hasn't. He hasn't played against
all the safeties. He hasn't played against this, any of these guys.
No, and I understand that. And I think that's what is in our favor.
Yeah.
But the lane factor, they will have something figured out where at least maybe early on they'll get on the board, right?
For sure.
And so we need to be able to counter that and maintain it. I think our defense will absolutely clamp down, figure it out. This is not going to be like some fourth quarter shootout. This is going to be us playing catch up at some point, and then hopefully prevailing and sustaining and ending the game on top, right?
So Lane tweeted like, the over, wrong. Right? He said, bet the over, guys.
Hasn't been
I think it's the exact opposite in this game specifically. I think he's going to scheme to slow it down for him.
Yeah.
And try to methodically go down the field versus big plays against a defense that takes away every big play.
Yeah, but he can't. I don't think
he has the patience. Yes, no, he can't help himself. He wants to throw that fucking clipboard in the air.
Yeah.
And I'm with Mike. Like, that's,
so you think he still goes no huddle?
No, that's his plan. No, I think that could be his plan, but that's not what's going to happen.
It sounds great on Thursday, but he's going to be
he's going to be like, I see something. He's going to dial it up, and they're going to take a shot. They're going to do a fake. Explosive plays is how, like, they're not methodically going to just control Baker's defense. This is going to be exposing something on a big play, and hopefully they execute. And if they execute, they're going to score.
Yeah, Lane is more. I think Lane is more worried or planning on trying to attack LSU's aggressiveness by being aggressive in spots. Like I just don't think he can help himself. He thinks that, when you have one of those offenses, you just think like, it's not my job to control anything. You got it. Like, it's coming. Look out. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's going to be a fun game.
It's
I'm
going to
really
be a
excited.
good game. I'm excited to see what the defense can do. That's what I'm really excited about, is to watch our defense. If they play so hard, they play with so much energy. If we can convert that energy to a road game, I know it's an away game, SEC game, it's a big environment, etc. I don't think it's going to be any crazier than Clemson.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be comparable, if not less.
Winning this game puts you in such an incredible spot for the playoffs.
Yeah.
Like, if we're going into this bye week 5-0, and you got South Carolina coming in, which, like, I don't know. I'm sure Mateer's going to be back, but it's like everything can kind of just start falling into place where
you can
hiccups. Lose twice still. Texas A&M can come in and beat you, and it's fine. Texas A&M and Alabama you can lose those games and most likely get into the dance as long as you win on Saturday.
Yeah, and
not my college football. I'm not saying
right. We've seen this in the past though with these elite defenses all across the country, not just with LSU. There will be weeks where it's like, that wasn't our team.
They got exposed.
Or they got not only did they get exposed,
Witt or West,
but just it was like a Zach situation. It wasn't an exact situation. Zach Weeks.
I love it.
You know what I'm saying?
You said there will be weeks.
There will be weeks, and not an exact week.
It's
not
an
exact situation,
right.
But I do think that there will be a point in time where, like, maybe we're not hitting on all cylinders. Maybe so-and-so had a stomach bug. Maybe so-and-so was like, they're not.
You get a couple more injuries and you're not as deep as you were in week 3.
And they're just not on fire and they're not motivated. And maybe that comes later in the season when they're rolling and they got complacent, right? There will be a time where the offense needs to win these games for us. Yeah. And it's not always the defense. Hopefully it's not this week. But if there's any time to prove it, it's against this Ole Miss defense. It worked.
That was well timed, I will say. I agree. I'll take LSU to win the game, even though it's like deep down in the back of my head. It's just this game worries me, but I don't know. I just want to see us like go out and fucking dominate a game.
I know. And
imagine if
we're still in the point in the season where we don't know who these teams are.
No, we don't.
Like Ole Miss could be really bad. Yeah. They could be really bad.
They could also be a playoff
team.
They
also could be a playoff team.
Yeah. I agree.
Right. But I think how many yards did they give up against Arkansas? 50, like 500.
Better have been more than 50.
I was going to say 555. Like
it was,
I think like 300 rushing.
Yeah.
A lot.
So we'll have 32 yards rushing in the third quarter.
Could be.
I don't know. I mean, I feel like that.
Let's talk about
526 yards, 300 passing, 220.
Like that has nothing to do with Chambliss, right? Like that's their defense.
That was that at Arkansas?
No,
I thought it was at home. Yeah, yeah. And I mean, I watched that Kentucky game.
Points scored in the second quarter alone in that game.
Yeah,
I had a little like Ole Miss -6.5 in the Kentucky game, and watching that, I was just like, this team's not exactly who I thought they would be.
Yeah, and at some point, if that's the case, our defense is going to figure it out. I don't know. It should be a fun game. The watch situation for me is troubling.
Oh no, we got issues.
There's issues.
Big.
Well, Grant's got weddings every weekend.
Every weekend.
This isn't even a wedding. This is just stay in a cabin in Pensacola.
But I think you have a television, right?
But it's like we're going to be at the beach. We're going to be going out to
That
eat.
is much easier. You're in a much easier position to be like, hey,
we got to go in the lighthouse.
It's a
we got to go to the
game.
museum.
There's a lot of family here with me. Take the kids. Y'all go. I'll start prepping for dinner. I'll cook tonight. Like you need to make Saturday the night that you run shit. Like where you're,
That's not how it works.
Well, no. Okay. Well, why? Why is Saturday?
It's already planned.
Oh, but why? But there's so many days. How long are you there? You can go out to dinner.
It's Friday to Sunday.
Oh, so yeah.
So what's your situation? What is our situation? Dad?
Mother-in-law birthday party in Texas. So I'm out. I'm gone.
That's brutal.
It's gonna be. They know my situation. Like they know my crisis that I face every Saturday, and I've made it very clear that it is important, and they respect it for the most part. They actually try to accommodate it at times, and I think the accommodation is what makes me so rattled. I'm just like, guys, it's fine.
It's fine.
Leave it alone.
I can watch on my phone.
I know this is a burden for everybody. But everyone's getting together. Birthday parties at night, games at 2:30, birthday parties at a restaurant. So there will be a period in the fourth quarter where
You might be in
I'll be
transit.
driving somewhere. Yeah,
Brutal.
in the fourth quarter. So what I'm going to try to do is elect to not drive.
Yeah.
Right. It's tough for me to do. Right. Not only for me, but for everyone else to see me get in the back seat and just like
And hold your phone.
and just sit on my phone. Like that is a
See, but I would
target. That's
rather
you're
that.
Sorry, I
putting
have noise canceling on the AirPod Pros 3, actually.
as
Even
a
if I'm
son-in-law, as a
driving-
husband, as all of that. Like that's a target on your back.
Even if I'm driving, I would rather be in the car because I can control the audio at least.
Yeah, I want to see it.
Yeah, Mike just hates
I
Esther
understand,
so much that
but
he
okay,
can't listen to the
what
radio.
I'm saying is like there's a
I
good
gotta
chance.
see it.
There's a good chance that like which I want to spend time with my kid, but there's a good chance that like I'm holding her up to the top of this, lighthouse in the middle of the third quarter because that's what we're doing at the moment.
At that time, you have
or
to go
we're
to a
sitting out at
lighthouse.
the beach, which if we are,
and you can't bail for 2 hours on any of this.
maybe.
Yeah, you got to
My
just.
wife
you
asked,
gotta
"What
just
time's the game
strategically
again?"
plan a nap.
She keeps like, "What time's the game?" I was
I'm
like,
just- if it
it's
was-
at 2:30.
If it
It's at
was
2:30.
just you, your wife, and the baby, I totally get it. This is a family vacation.
If it was the three of us, I would be watching the game no matter what.
See,
That's
I
the thing.
feel
There's
like-
more people involved.
So the more people involved, they can take care of
Maybe.
the baby. and
Maybe.
be like,
Maybe.
hey, Grant, watch your game, bro.
Maybe, but I'm just saying, I don't know if I want to be in an area where, like,
Got
am
it.
I just walking around aimlessly like this?
Yes.
No, that's gonna be a problem.
I hate to tell you
God
this,
damn it!
guys. I hate to tell you this, but I'm just going to be sitting with the quad box and then.
That's great.
You should.
You
You
absolutely
should,
You
and you
absolutely should.
deserve that.
Thank you. I
So
agree.
let's run through the slate. Let's
Yeah,
run through the
Last
slate.
week's game. We want to talk a little bit about any games last
Sure.
week.
Yeah, I think it's a good segue.
Michigan, Nebraska.
God, so stupid. So stupid. Thinking that Nebraska had a shot. They're so bad.
They are, and they did have a shot.
I know.
That's the crazy thing. Look, I mean,
I hate how people on Tiger Droppings were bitching like, well, looks like Underwood is good. It's like,
was he?
did you expect him to be bad
Yeah.
for one? And it's what his third game starting?
Yeah, Miami beats Florida. I mean, that game was a lot closer than 26-7, but also felt like it was never in doubt. Almost like the LSU
Is
game.
Miami the real deal?
I think Miami's defense is legit. I think it showed that Miami's offense isn't this like incredible world beater. And again, it's going back into the like what abouts and what about this, but it's like,
Isn't it nice to see their offensive line?
yes. But it's
I
like
feel like they should be.
they score a
better.
million points on Notre Dame, and you're like, oh fuck, well that's a good defense. And then now
Yeah, but
you're
Josh
kind of starting
Pate,
to realize
has
that
Notre Dame at 8.
yeah.
I
So
think this also
power ranking.
I think this validates Florida's defense in that game
I agree.
too,
I agree.
and
And
our
again,
struggles against Florida.
this game was a lot closer than that score shows. Like Florida had the ball a few times to that they could have potentially gone down. And I don't know if it was I don't know if it was a 2-possession game at that point,
It's- I
but
don't know, the boxes right or yeah, the fourth they scored 13 in the fourth quarter.
yeah, it's
so.
like that game was definitely in question.
And
So
Mike,
it's
I
like,
didn't say this, but I bet Miami.
Minus 6.5.
Yeah, actually, yeah, that was the game I got
don't
minus
think
6.5.
I don't think I won a game on our pick.
I also bet Miami first quarter because my brother-in-law was like, dude, get on this, or future brother-in-law, Carter. And I jumped on it. Dude, I'm in the middle of the I'm literally in church, and he's like,
Any tips?
you had already put your bet in.
I would have cashed out. You think I'm married to these teams?
Maybe.
No. This is just
And
as
then-
like
No,
impromptu.
but Vegas is fucking with us with Florida lines because
It
it
is
looked
weird.
disgusting against LSU, and then they looked as bad as a team could look, and they're like, well, they're playing Miami 6.5.
Wait, we've got
It's
a-
like what?
The Auburn. So we never talked about this. The Auburn game.
Oh my god.
Um,
What a hose
wait,
job.
so how about this?
Hose job. And it was the same diaper-filled ref doing it to them, man.
So you remember how?
Used to
So
be
you
an
had
XFL ref.
you had what plus 6.5, Mike?
Yes.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So when you texted that earlier in the week, my option was +7, so I jumped on +7.
Yeah, and you got it, right?
I
You
did.
Won, yeah.
No, I didn't win. I pushed.
Push,
Oh, you
but
pushed
that's
'cause it's
about as
6.5, yeah.
brutal.
But
of
what
a
I'm
beat.
saying is, I go into the wedding, and I'm like, oh, I feel good. They just scored, and I'm sitting in like we're 10 minutes before she's walking down the aisle, and Carter's sitting behind me, and I'm like, dude, I've got it. Like,
Yeah.
and then I see the text on my watch come in from Brett that's like, ooh, what a brutal beat, and I'm like, what could have possibly happened?
Dude.
And then I'm like, if they scored and went for 2, and so this whole time when I finally saw the score, I was like, dang, they scored and went for 2. That's crazy. And then I go back and realize they get the safety.
Yeah, it was a tough watch.
Was,
and you kind of could just feel it brewing.
Yeah, no, and the problem was I did win a game. I forgot which one I won.
I legitimately don't think I won a game on our picks.
No, Mike, you won 3 and Brett won. I have it right here.
On that, yeah, I'm talking about like a true, like what I bet.
Brett only got Michigan.
Oh, see, I thought I took Nebraska. I literally thought I went over.
No, I had Nebraska.
That was brutal.
He had Nebraska. I took Nebraska in real life.
Yeah, you had Michigan in the pick.
Yeah, Oklahoma. I don't know. I mean, look, again, it's like, is Auburn's defense legit, or is Mateer and Oklahoma's offense just not as great as
Auburn's going to get somebody?
They will. They will.
It might be Bama.
I agree with you, though. It's like we don't really know anything about anyone.
We don't.
Like if Washington beat Ohio State this week, would you be like, oh my, what an incredible upset? Like I
think it's very possible. I think they're only favored by 6 points.
Yeah, it went from like 13, 14 to 6.
The lines this week are weird. We'll get to that in a minute. Where they're
Texas,
any other
Texas
game?
Tech.
That was a weird
Texas
game.
Tech is what I won.
That was a weird
game. No one did anything in the first half.
For the entire game. And then Texas Tech puts in their backup after an injury, and all of a sudden they just go scorched earth. It was weird.
Yeah. Texas Tech, I really like them. And then this game kind of threw me off. Even though I bet them and I won the bet, I'm not super confident moving forward in them.
I had them over 27 points, and it never looked like it was good.
I was all about it too when you said it. I'm like, I'm all in. I made like a little parlay with that. Not close.
Well, but then they ended up covering their team total easily. Yeah. I lost mine because SMU didn't score at the end. Oh, the full total.
I did the game total.
I bet the game total too. I thought that game would get weird, and it did for like 6 minutes in the fourth.
What's going on with Georgia Tech? I haven't watched anything. I've just been seeing them win. Obviously, is King balling or? Yeah,
I didn't check. I didn't check in on Georgia Tech Temple. I watched a lot of the Clemson game, and I mean, they looked good. Clemson kind of shot themselves in the foot a bunch in that game, but
do we need to start worrying about Vanderbilt?
Yes, we are. But we are at the point, and listen to some of these national podcasts. They're already kind of trying to predict how many teams from each conference are getting in and stuff. And like, there's just these people out there who are like, well, Georgia Tech, I don't know that they're going to lose a game, maybe one. You're like, that's not how this works, man.
No.
Georgia Tech just happens to like lose a couple games. Like, how long have you been here? South Carolina again doesn't really look great.
Let me talk about this Nebraska-Michigan situation. I'm done, and I've been trying to be on. I've been trying to be on the Nebraska wagon for so long.
It's been a long time.
I've been begging for it, and I even believed in Rule. And this is just one of those where I'm just going to have to take my licks, man. I'm done. I'm done with Nebraska. Raiola,
which is funny because they're as close as they've ever been in our like lifetimes.
I know. But I thought there was just some natural athleticism that would take over from Raiola, and it's not there.
No, it's not.
And it's almost like he was this top prospect. He bailed on Georgia. They were all mad about it. He goes to Nebraska, and this whole Mahomes stuff. It's too much. Like the finger, give me the play call.
Gotta have it.
Like,
guys.
I don't like it. It's too theatrical, and you cannot be that theatrical if you cannot back it up and win a big game. I'm all for the theatrics. I'm all for having.
You got to be Johnny Manziel out there.
You got to do it though. Yeah. You got to do it and laugh at it and like make it a thing. Right now they're losing and it sucks. Now, is he the problem? Probably not. But like he's not taking over and winning the games for him. On the flip side,
honestly, his stat line looks a lot better than I anticipated after watching that game.
But both of these teams now were like if I'm going to sleep and I'm dreaming about college football, it's not just LSU. Every now and then you got some of that old school Big Ten creep in. These are the teams I think about. The class, I think this is like the first college football game I ever watched as a child.
Like, we know you're the biggest Michigan fan in this room.
Michigan, Nebraska, the helmets. I always remember that like as college football as a child.
90s football.
Just 90s classic football. Michigan, Nebraska. And I want it back. But these guys are pissing me off, dude. Nebraska pisses me off because they're incompetence. Michigan is pissing me off because they're fraudulence. And there's something fraudulent about the program that's eating at me. And it's not just the Bryce Underwood situation. It's the coach. It's it's Portnoy getting in my face. It's all of that. I'm tired of both of them.
Back to Brad's question. Do we need to worry about Vandy?
The answer is yes.
That was my question.
Yeah.
Oh,
I will not take credit for that, but I will answer that yes. Should LSU be able to go in there and win? Yes. Will they?
Is Clark going to stick to his guns and be like, this is not a stepping stone job, this is a destination, and then runs,
then
does good,
then at
goes,
Clemson?
Yeah, goes to Clemson or Florida.
I don't know. It's normally not the smart decision to stay where you are, because eventually you will plateau or even fall off a little bit,
especially,
and they will fire you before, they don't have any loyalty to you. In 3 years, if they've lost a bunch of games, you think they're gonna be like, but we were sick for that stretch with Pavia? No.
Yeah.
They're gonna think, well, we could do better than this in the NIL era. We're the Vanderbilts.
Well, I know. I do think, though, I think Clark Lee is that type of psycho that, like, as a DC,
I think he will stay.
He'll stay.
I'm just saying it's normally not a good idea.
I agree with you. I totally agree with you. My question was, do you think he's going to stick to his word that he put out there on Netflix, that this is a destination job and we're going to make it that?
Yeah, I mean, it's not. It's never.
It's not. It's never going to be. But
in
his head, it will be,
and that's great.
And he's going to stick there,
row the boat.
If he's able to keep getting these,
him and Barton Simmons.
If he's able to get one of those,
does he have a headset like Austin Thomas?
Him and Austin Thomas are going to have their own little network.
He found like this little bulldog transfer quarterback, so obviously that's what he needs to stick to doing. He's not going to recruit a guy that's going to lead him to a season like this. He needs the guy that's got a chip on his shoulder. He's too small.
They have to work to find their guy. They're not taking the number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4 quarterback in the portal.
He needed like Lowell Narcisse. That was his name, right?
Lowell Narcisse.
That was a throwback. I like it.
Well, remember he was
TJ Finley's probably still around if you want to.
Finley's too tall, too big for Vandy. Finley started. He's the other quarterback in that game, wasn't he? Didn't he play for Georgia State now?
Oh, I don't know.
I have no idea.
Yeah, dude. Look at this. I saw this. Look, TJ Finley.
Good for him. Good for him. Now I'm blanking on his name, but the other LSU quarterback that transferred guy is now the starter at Syracuse. No.
Ricky Collins.
AJ Swan.
Ricky Collins.
All right, let's go through this.
Yes, yeah, we're done. That's the weeks in the past. What we got this week?
Oh, this week.
This week's
Georgia,
awesome.
Alabama, Penn State, Oregon.
Penn State, Oregon. My boss is going to that game.
So whiteout.
Don't say that.
Yeah, you can't.
Not anymore. Can't do it anymore.
Can't do it anymore.
Change my mind.
Y'all see that?
Yeah, we can see it well.
Yeah.
Notre Dame, Arkansas. I really want to hammer Notre Dame.
Arkansas. Sorry to backtrack. But what a brutal way to lose for Arkansas.
I know.
All you gotta do is just kick a field goal, an extra point, essentially, and you fumble. Brutal.
What are we doing with Illinois? Still just lingering as this team. They're about to get popped by USC.
Lingerer, man.
Yeah, totally.
Linger.
And we're never going to hear him again.
And I think I probably took Illinois in the game that they got absolutely.
And Indiana now is a team.
Yeah, look out playoffs.
Do they look good? I didn't watch the game.
It was. I didn't.
I mean,
watch
obviously,
it.
63 points or whatever. They're going to look good.
But yeah, it seemed like a belt to ass, start to finish.
How was the coach?
I didn't watch it, but apparently he just like sits there and scowls like he thinks he's Saban on the sidelines.
Yeah, I love it. What if he's like, I'm waiting for the Bama job?
He's gonna use that as motivation. Like when they hire Lane, and he's gonna be like, well, I should have had that job. People look over me for the biggest jobs. Google me.
Yeah, and then he goes to Clemson. We have a Clemson versus Bama revitalization.
He reminds me of Petrino. Like at some point, we're going to see him in a neck brace apologizing to the fan base because he
did something.
Yeah. I'm so glad I didn't say what.
Yeah, I know what you were going to say.
I don't know. I just feel like because the world's going to hate Illinois and see what they did last week, I would take Illinois here.
This is a great 11 o'clock slate.
It is.
I mean, look at your day here, man. Notre Dame at Arkansas. That's a game we're going to be watching. Not all of us, but we're going to be watching this. Notre Dame -4.5. I'm hammering that. Are we making a pick? Is that part of our picks?
No, probably not.
Okay, cool. So that means that we have so many better games ahead of us. But wait.
I'm going back. Hold on. Where did it go? There it is.
What was that? Why did you do that? Just to take a peek at what we were going to pick?
Yeah. So I had
Okay.
it ready.
We got to get him some more monitors
We
over
do.
there, Mike.
It's the monitors,
So
and
that
we'll
I
talk
had it.
about it.
He can't live on one monitor. He's used to 6.
No, I do have Notre Dame in the picks, I believe.
Okay, well, let's talk about it. I'm hammering Notre Dame minus 4.5.
Yeah.
And that's probably
You think this is Pittman's last game?
no.
Okay.
I think he lingers.
Okay.
I don't know.
Man.
Yeah,
totally. Linger.
My bad. Jet.
It's so hard not to say linger. Once it's in your head,
yeah.
it's impossible not to.
What else do we have in there?
I can't call it.
Okay. That's right.
It's sad how long ago.
Tad Boyd.
Then there's some less miles in there.
I think we deleted some.
All right.
All right. I
That's
think
enough.
We've
That's enough.
We've reached.
Wait.
No, we're not waiting. That's enough.
No, wait. I don't.
No, we're not waiting.
I don't hear you.
That's enough. That's your problem. I hear me.
That's a you
fine.
problem.
Okay.
Turn your gamer headset up.
It is. It's all the way up.
We're
All right.
playing some CS tonight. What are we doing? Roblox?
The firings have been happening sooner and sooner. So the Pittman question that you just proposed, it's an interesting one. I don't know enough.
I hadn't thought about
the
it.
inner dynamics of Arkansas to know if they're like, we're pulling the trigger now
Yeah.
because we have a shot for Gundy. You know, like what are they gonna do?
Did Signetti go to Arkansas?
No. Signetti does not think he's an Arkansas guy. He thinks he's getting Bama. Signetti's gonna throw, like, Signetti's not jumping. I think Signetti, good question. I think Signetti could fall there after being denied everything.
Florida, Bama,
And then
Ole Miss.
he's
because
not-
Lane leaves.
He's not staying at Indiana.
I agree. No, I agree. That's why I said it.
He's got to strike while the iron's hot. He's got ARP up his ass.
Also, it's like, yeah, if you can snatch an SEC job, you're also could potentially get paid like $40 million not to coach football in 3 years.
Right. USC, Illinois. I'm starting to get impressed with USC.
Yeah, I agree. I took them on our top 25 snake draft.
Yeah.
Is that not a weird line? I mean,
It is. That's why I'm just going to blindly take Illinois. And then when the game kicks, I'll be like, oh, fuck, I got to take USC. And I'll be right here and wrong in real life.
Yeah, I'll take Illinois.
It's a dumb line.
It is a dumb line. And 60.5. It's a lot of points.
Like,
Illinois just gave up 60.
every square on planet Earth bets Southern Cal in this spot.
You know what?
We're not squares here.
I went back and
USC.
I went back and watched some of the USC game from last
Square.
week. Yeah. Well, he's got to be.
It's paid off. I have more
Yeah.
wins this.
This isn't.
season.
No, this is a strategy. He doesn't believe it.
Oh, he brings out
Look,
the
y'all are
records.
tied 12 and 12.
Because
and
you got to
have-
nut up and make some calls,
I
man.
have 15.
Can't go chalk like Josh.
I do make picks.
No, you wait for us to make it, and you go against the grain.
So are
Then
we
don't.
are we the
No,
squares?
y'all pick the same picks. Or
It's
y'all,
week 4. Let's
Yeah,
not
5.
get over our
start
skis
flexing
here.
over here, Commissioner.
15. Spare me.
What did upset me by looking back at the USC game? What is his name? I had something brewing for this.
LSU USC?
The USC game from last
Okay.
week, the defensive lineman, Shaquem Stewart,
Oh yeah.
dog. Animal. And I'm like, son of a
wait. He
bitch.
played.
But is
Yeah.
he going to be there next year?
Yeah. I like if they do well this season and he's getting paid to be out there, he'll stick it out.
I didn't know he even played.
Yeah, he got in there, number 4, and I was like, mother.
Number 4. Gross.
LSU Ole Miss. Oh God. LSU.
You got to yeah.
No, take what you want to pick.
No. we're gonna
Do what
take-
you
we're
wanna
gonna
do.
Take LSU.
No,
not
do what
putting-
you
I'm
wanna
not
do.
putting OM on that.
Do what you
board.
want to do.
Not a Lane guy. I hate his guts. See, these lines aren't fair. Because
That's
I'm
why
just,
I put all these on here.
I'm just going to take Auburn, and I'm going to feel like a moron when it's like, obviously,
I'm
A&M's
going
legit.
A&M here. I think if it's a home game, I'm taking Auburn. I think A&M.
I agree. Why
Then-
is this
then
line
do it.
not 9? Give me Auburn.
Because it's going to be a game.
I have the biggest balls when we're here on Thursday, on Wednesdays recording, and Saturday morning, without a doubt. I'm just like, well, I'm gonna throw A&M in a fucking parlay.
Yeah, when there's something on the line.
Without a doubt.
What happens is, like, I feel like the last couple of Saturdays are like, oh, all of Florida's D line could potentially be out. Like, they're all hurt. And I'm like, I'm taking Miami.
I like Oregon here, +3.5.
I do too. I any type of big game, I'm just out on Penn State.
Yeah.
Now, granted, you could say that this game doesn't matter, so it's potentially a game that Penn State would win. Whiteout,
what a huge
6:30,
dude.
This is going to be a fun game to have. Like, it's going to be a fun night, and I don't remember what other games are on, but it's like it might be one of those where you just like disregard the quad box and go 2 TVs.
Yeah,
just
classic.
Full Oregon, Penn State, full Bama, Georgia.
I think it's a classic full screen, old school, like ABC. Let's watch a game.
God, 3.5.
You're picking Penn State. What are we talking about? You can't do 3 of the same, right? Other than LSU.
I'm going Oregon.
Nice,
Oregon.
nice,
All right, good for
nice.
you.
Georgia -3.5.
It's a stupid line too.
Go for it. Go for it.
I hate myself.
I hate that I have to go first because
I don't
I
necessarily.
love it.
Yeah, I'll take Bama. I don't know. In DeBoer's tenure at Alabama, they're pretty good in the games they have to get up for. It's the Vanderbilts, the Oklahomas, the games that you should
Florida
like
States.
that you've just walked in and walked through and won for 20 years is out the window. I think Georgia's defense isn't this like incredible world beater of a defense. I think we'll learn a bunch about Alabama this week. I'll just take them.
And I think we'll learn a lot about Georgia.
I would rather root for Georgia, so I'm sure I will be on
I,
Georgia by the time kickoff happens.
No, I don't blame you for the pick. You don't need to convince it to me. I understand where you're going there.
These were, I didn't know how many we wanted to do. I mean, I guess we might as well pick these. I thought they were fun. At least Notre Dame, Arkansas is fun.
I don't know if we need to pick these. If you want to go back to the schedule, because there's a lot of good
I'd like
games.
to see what other games are on there. I would take Notre Dame, Washington, and Iowa because I'm a psycho.
So we're good. Just
I like exactly what Brett said.
Because it's like, why wouldn't Indiana again win by 700 points and somehow they're going to be in a dogfight with Iowa?
7.5 with Ohio State. Seeing that line trickle down to 6.5 as well in some books. Like,
I don't get it.
That game having to be on Peacock is a wild time. Do we not have enough fucking channels on terrestrial airways?
It is strange.
To go to
it's
the cock?
It's like if you are the #1 team in the country and you're only favored by a touchdown, wouldn't we want to see this?
Well, the Ohio State's on CBS. Are you talking about Indiana?
Oh,
Indiana game.
I thought you were saying Ohio State's on
You got to take the
Peacock.
glasses off to see the TV.
I know,
brother.
dude. I can't see. I'm too fogged.
Yeah, go back to the schedule.
Jonah, I will say it's probably me because I'm wearing a jacket.
It's warm.
It's not the coolest in here. There's
We've
a lot
also
of lights
had a little
and
bit of bourbon, and you know.
Oh, you did. Okay. Okay.
I mean, you're wearing all sleeves.
I'm wearing sleeves.
Jeans.
No, I appreciate that. I feel like you would like tips from people that you're close with, opposed from future clients. That's what I'm saying. So I just wanted to throw it out there. Like, let's do,
I agree.
Maybe we have like subtle fans.
It's not the garage.
Yeah.
It's
not the garage.
It's not the garage days where it got a little, the boys.
with a window unit buzzing in the background every now and then.
We're also in our mid-30s now.
Yeah. We're in menopause.
Mid to late 30s.
All right.
Go back to the screen. Go back to the schedule, because when we're talking
the TV schedule,
the TV schedule, the one that you put out, which is a phenomenal tweet every week, brought to you by Grant, the producer. The 11 o'clock slate looks great, like we talked about. Going to 2:30.
I'll be able to watch all of those.
11.
Yeah, baby, you'll be napping.
Oh yeah, it's nap time.
Just be eating.
Perfect.
We'll be eating lake sandwiches.
LSU at Ole Miss, of course. ABC at 2:30. Love it. I love that that's not a night game in Oxford. I like the 2:30 window. Ohio State at Washington is a smelly game. I don't know shit about Washington other than
everyone's like high on Washington.
They're 3-0.
I don't know that I've seen them take a snap.
Yeah. Auburn at Texas A&M. Like we mentioned, Auburn is a competitive football team. Texas A&M seems to have hit their stride. They are a team. Obviously, they beat Notre Dame on the road. Huge win for them, regardless of what Notre Dame ends up being. Let's see. Tennessee at Mississippi State is a sneaky game. Mississippi State is a better team than most people think right now. Yes. I think actually most people think they're pretty good. So
we might be over.
It might be over, and we might be underrating Tennessee a lot. Tennessee nearly beat Georgia, should have beaten Georgia.
It seems like Tennessee can mostly score points whenever they want to.
Yeah.
That's a scary thing.
They have a great O-line, led by Neville's own. So Lance Hurd. Also in that same time slot, you've got Indiana, Iowa. So
on the Peacock,
really good 2:30. Now moving on to 6:30, the late slate: Alabama at Georgia and Oregon at Penn State. What do you do? As you mentioned, if there was no other game, this would be a full box, single screen Oregon Penn State, in my opinion. I think you have to dual monitor the Bama Georgia. You have to pay attention.
Oh yeah, no, this is
what's going on there.
This is a 2 TV, but you don't need to quad box anything. You need both. You need both of these games, and you can live with not knowing exactly what's going on in Kentucky, South Carolina.
Yeah, and of course, you've got Kentucky, South Carolina, whatever. Who cares? Alabama, Georgia, Oregon, Penn State is locked in as your late slate.
I hope I can happily watch this.
What a weekend!
Yeah. And you got the Ryder Cup.
We have to, before we wrap, we have to do some mention of the Cup.
A little bit. I'm excited to watch it. I don't know how it's going to go. I would assume the United States is going to, a little home field advantage, but
it's scary. Honestly, it's scary. The Euros. When I looked at this first lineup, are we done with this? Can we talk Ryder? Because you mentioned RC, and now
I think we're done. I think we covered football. So for those of you who don't give a shit about golf, thanks for joining.
Thanks for joining us. This first tee time slate that came out, I can't help but be like, man, if I'm betting, I love those names for the Euros.
Yes.
But as you mentioned, the Justin Thomas, Bryson DeChambeau pairing.
Volatility.
Volatility is the exact word that you need to use. It is such a, there's so many variables here. And if Bryson is able to catch fire, you have another psychopath in Justin Thomas when it comes to that type of energy of I can shoot 100 one day.
Yeah.
But at the same time,
I could also break a course record. I can
win a major, right? Yeah. And if these two get together and it's like this massive, America first type of pump. And
well, we can't say that anymore, Mike.
No, but they can. Okay. They can. It's where are they at? Bethpage Black. They can say it there.
Whoa. We can't say.
See, now the joke has turned into a problem. Now the joke's a problem.
Mike, there was a question in the chat. From Mike Hunt.
Yeah, what you got?
He said, "What's up with the shades on in the house, Mike?"
We're not in a house. We're in a studio with a lot of great lighting.
We're in a business park.
I have an astigmatism. And at times when I'm in front of professional lighting, my eye twitches a little bit. And so I didn't want you guys to have to endure that. But if you were watching the whole show, you would know that this was maybe on for a quarter of the podcast.
Now, you did keep them on longer than I thought you would.
Lately.
And you're addressing Mike Hunt.
Got it.
I was addressing whoever you just said.
It was Mike Hunt.
Yeah. Let's go. Lettuce Media in the house. Brought to you by Lettuce Media.
The people want to see you guys on video.
Look at that.
And they love it. I saw 2 comments about it.
Let's go. Let's pump it up.
We got to do some more core workouts.
Yeah. No, we're not in physical shape for a video like we were probably 7 years ago when we started this show. But we'll get there, guys. We'll help you out.
Ryder Cup.
We will get on the Blake Ruffino diet. Shout out to him, man.
Yes,
He's done it.
Crushing it.
He does benefit from some good camera angles.
If you told me that Bryson and JT went out and won 6-5 or lost, I don't think it's gonna be. I think it's gonna be one way or the other. Either they go out and it's oh shit, USA on the map, this is how you start a Ryder Cup, or it's just can go sideways so quickly.
Yeah.
I do like that you send Bryson out first, just to
Love it.
hammer the tee ball on the first tee, get America going, get the kids engaged on YouTube. I don't know. It's like I feel a little unpatriotic in this. I really just want to see this Ryder Cup come down to like singles matches on Sunday. I don't want to blow out either way. Obviously, it'd be cool if whatever. I would like
No,
the
what would be
pressure,
cool
the
if
sun.
what?
If you know, whatever, if the US goes out and wins and it's a blowout, it's like, oh great,
whatever.
pour the champagne, whatever. I want to see some like high level stakes golf on Sunday in
Yeah.
singles matches.
I agree. I love how Spawn's on the team. I love me some JJ
He
Spawn.
deserves it.
He does deserve it. And finally, we can all back him and pull for him without being like, yeah, but he's probably not going to do it this time because I'm pulling for him. Now we're pulling for him as like a nation.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree, man. When you look at the Euro,
Wasn't a well put sentence.
when you look at the Euro roster, it's just one of those like, oh man, they got like there's not a and I guess if we did this a year or two ago, Morikawa would be one of those names, but like there's none of those like almost quote unquote like dud pairings from you have Hovland in one, you got Rory and Fleetwood, you got Rahm. It just feels I don't know, it feels like they may have like the more top heavy squad.
Who is that Russell Henley all the way on the right? Is that why I don't recognize who this?
Yes.
No, Russell Henley's on the right. Who's above him?
That's Griffin, probably.
Yeah, I did.
Griffin.
I did not know who that is.
That's the 12th guy.
I did not recognize him. I love how Burnsy's in there. Obviously Keegan Bradley, dead center.
It's very strange for me not to see my guy Spieth on this picture.
It is strange.
He was
even if that I wasn't involved in golf in 2015.
He was just been a staple, Ryder Cup staple for a long time.
Speaking of chunkiness, is this not a great photo for Morikawa? Can't even see him.
That's him.
He looks like Siwoo Kim.
I thought that was who's Scheffler's little buddy, the young guy.
Scheffler's little buddy.
Oh,
I don't know.
Oh shit! That's a bad angle.
It's a bad angle.
He must be in a podcast studio. That's a bad angle.
Harris English looks like Harris English.
Yeah,
like just ready to burn your bets.
That's right. Ball striker though, absolute ball striker. It's gonna be fun to watch. I love the Ryder Cup. Team golf is so much fun to watch. Like I would rather watch these like college championships and all these like match play style golf than watching like the Honda Invitational and stuff like that. Like watching team golf and match play specifically, it just can be so fun. So it's like I'm more of just rooting for a rowdy atmosphere and like a down to the wire. We're on a razor's edge where it's like 3 matches on Sunday, like shift the entire course of the tournament or the event. And I don't know. I want to see some fun golf.
Love it. All right, guys. Can we be involved in the secrets?
All right, cool.
Is there problems?
No. Grant having someone to pull his attention is not a great thing.
It's during Ryder Cup.
No, you're right. We're wrapping it up. We've been going. How long have we been going? Hour
it's
and a half.
9:36, so about an hour and
23.
Yeah,
I think we're good.
Yeah,
we just enjoy the studio.
There's another
so
question
for me. Is it still for me?
This one was from Dixie Normus.
Grant's in his bag tonight. He's showing off for Jonah.
They wanted to know why you're wearing black,
bro. I am so used to being in our studio where I get it really chilly. Coming in here, I had to wear the hoodie.
Yeah, I'm in teal.
Dixie asked why black.
Oh, I see. Yeah, I answered the question. It wasn't a color code. It was a hoodie decision with an LSU logo. I actually really like this hoodie.
I do too.
Hopefully we can wear it in November.
It's a good look.
It is a great hoodie.
Is there any more questions or is this?
Yeah, there's another question. There's no more questions.
Hugh. All right.
This was fun. I enjoyed being in studio.
Yeah.
Thanks again.
Different vibe. Had fun. It's cool.
I don't know how often we'll do this. We gotta talk. We gotta chop it up.
Yeah.
What happened? You were pointing at something.
Yeah, I've started the outro music.
Oh yeah.
Which I'll take your.
We'll chop it up. No, I can hear. We'll chop it up. We'll spit it out. Thanks for everybody on YouTube taking a peek at us.
Bye week next week. Hopefully 5-0.
Yeah, I think we'll be in studio more often.
Yeah.
Maybe not every single episode, but certainly an option for us. Ryder Cup, LSU over Ole Miss. Take the money line.
Georgia.
That can't be over and out.